The year was 330 AD when Emperor Constantine I declared the ancient city of Byzantium the new capital of the Roman Empire. Renamed Constantinople, it stood at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, a glittering jewel where trade routes from the east met the markets of the west. With its towering walls, bustling harbours and golden domes, Constantinople became the beating heart of what would later be called the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantines saw themselves not as something new, but as Romans, heirs of Caesar and Augustus. They spoke Greek instead of Latin, prayed in grand churches like Hagia Sophia, and built a culture that blended Roman law, Greek philosophy, and Christian faith. Under Emperor Justinian in the 6th century, the empire reached its height. He rebuilt Constantinople after a devastating riot, codified Roman law into the famous Justinian Code, and dreamed of restoring the old Roman territories. For a time, his armies reclaimed parts of Italy, North Africa and Spain, but the empire faced endless challenges. Persian armies from the east, Avars and Slavs from the north, and later the unstoppable Arab caliphates. Over centuries, the Byzantines adapted, surviving invasions with cunning diplomacy, bribery, and the fiery weapon known as Greek fire, a mysterious liquid that could burn even on water. In 1204, during the Fourth Crusade, disaster struck. Western crusaders meant to fight Muslims instead looted Constantinople, tearing down its treasures. Though the Byzantines reclaimed the city decades later, it never fully recovered. Finally, on May 29, 1453, the Ottoman Turks under Sultan Mehmed II breached the walls with massive cannons. The last emperor, Constantine XI, fought bravely before vanishing into the chaos. Constantinople became Istanbul, and the 1,000-year-old Byzantine Empire was no more. Long before history was written down, legends whispered of a war between the Greeks and the city of Troy. Immortalized by Homer in the Iliad, the Trojan War was said to be sparked by beauty, betrayal, and the will of the gods. But behind the poetry lies a tale that may have real roots. According to the myth, Paris, Prince of Troy, abducted Helen, wife of the Spartan king Menelaus. Enraged, Menelaus called upon the Greek kings to launch 1,000 ships across the Aegean Sea. For 10 years, Greeks and Trojans clashed outside the massive walls of Troy. Heroes like Achilles, Hector, and Odysseus carved their names into legend, while the gods themselves took sides in the battle. Archaeology offers a different but intriguing perspective. In the late 19th century, Heinrich Schliemann uncovered the ruins of a city in northwestern Turkey that matched Troy's description. Later digs revealed layers of cities built atop each other, some destroyed by war. Around 1200 BC, one such city was burned, likely the victim of a real conflict between Greek-speaking peoples and Anatolian kingdoms. The famous wooden horse, that might have been a metaphor, perhaps a siege engine or trick that allowed the Greeks to breach Troy's defences. Whether the details are fact or myth, the story of the Trojan War blends history and legend so seamlessly that even now, over 3,000 years later, it continues to captivate.